Alright, so in the last lecture we started styling card, we finished working on image, and it's time to move on and start to style the rest of the elements. Next one is going to be heading. It has class name card heading, so let's go ahead and select it. First of all, I want to change font family. Let's use here Source Code Pro, monospace. Then decrease font size, make it 25 pixels. Change font weight, make it a little bit lighter, use here value of 300. Next, I want to transform text into uppercase. For that, we have to use text transform uppercase. After that, change color of text, make it white. And I think will be better if we increase space between letters. For that, we have to use letter spacing with value of 3 pixels. Alright, now I'm going to change background of heading. I'm going to use here again linear gradient. I want to use just 2 different green colors without any additional effects like we did it previously. As a first color, let's insert 0A9751. As for second one, write 06831B. As you know, heading is a block level element, but now it looks as in line 1. I mean, it doesn't take up full width available in its parent element. That happens because of Flexbox, particularly align items center. Alright, let's increase width of heading, make it 70%. As you see, text is placed on the left side, so let's center it, write text align center. And make some padding on top and bottom, write padding 5 pixels. And then 0. Alright, lastly, in order to create some cool effect with heading, I want to use transform property with several values. First one is going to be skew x. It skews an element horizontally, I mean according to x direction. In this case, we want to skew element on the right side. For that, we need negative value. So let's insert here minus 20 degrees. Next, let's use rotate y. It allows us to rotate element vertically according to y-axis. Let's insert here 40 degrees. So as you see, it seems that width of element is decreased, but in fact element is just rotated. In order to see better, I mean to create 3D space, we need to use perspective. It allows us to create a 3D environment for element. In this case, let's write here 1000 pixels. Remember that we should pass perspective as a first value for transform, otherwise it won't work. And value itself, I mean 1000 pixels, defines how far the element is away from the user. If we use here lower value, for example 200 pixels, then element will be much closer to user. So that's the way how perspective works. I hope it makes sense to you. Let's leave here 1000 pixels. Throughout projects, we will use perspective several times because it's a really great tool to create nice effects. Alright, so with heading we're done. Let's move on to paragraph. Select it using class name card paragraph. Let's change its font size, make it 18 pixels. Then change color. Use here color DDD. Also, I want to decrease width of paragraph. Let's make it 85%. And lastly, let's change text alignment. I'm going to use here text align with value justify. Alright, for now with paragraph we are done. Let's move on and work on those quotes. Select them using card paragraph. Then write I. At first I want to change color, make it white. Then increase font size, right, 25 pixels, and then change font style, right here, font style italic. Alright, next thing that I want to do is to change slightly positions of quotes because they are not aligned quite nicely. As you see, we have here space on the last line. So in order to position quotes nicely, let's use position absolute. And also when you want to manage position of element according to its parent, then we need to define parent element's position as relative. In this case, parent element of those quotes is paragraph, so we need to assign to it position relative. Alright, before we define positions for quotes individually, I want to create some space before first word of paragraph. In order to do that, we need to use pseudo element called first letter. So at first select paragraph, then place 2 colons. We need 2 colons for pseudo elements. As for pseudo classes, we need only 1 colon. And now use first letter. So now we have selected first letter of paragraph. In order to create some space on the left side, right, margin left, 40 pixels. Alright, now select first I element inside paragraph. At first write card paragraph. If we want to select only first I element, we can use pseudo class called first child, but before that we need to access on I element. Then write first child. I want to move it a little bit up, so let's define top position and assign to it negative value, let's say minus 10%. Then select second I element, write again card paragraph, then I. In this case, in order to select only second I element, let's use another pseudo class called last child. I want to move second I element a little bit down, so write bottom with value minus 10%. And then create little space on the left side using margin left with the value 10 pixels. Alright, so with paragraph we are done. It looks nice. Next we have to style social media icons, button, and also we need to create little effect. I mean, by default we need to hide card and display it on hover. Let's do it all of those things in the next lecture.